Star Wars Hunters is finally out on Nintendo Switch and mobile, and despite the interesting release strategy of making the game exclusively for those platforms, players seem to be really enjoying it. The game was first revealed back in 2021 with a projected 2022 release, though it missed that launch and the devs have been mostly quiet about the game, leading many to assume it was cancelled, or Disney simply wasn't too happy with the finished product. However, here it is, and it's extremely fun to play. You could simplify the game down to saying it's Star Wars Overwatch, but it feels like there's a bit more to this game than that. So in today's video, we are going to go over the 3 reasons why you should start playing Star Wars Hunters, as it looks like a lot of people don't know about it or completely forgot the game was coming out. The first is probably the most obvious one. Hunters is entirely free to play on any of the released platforms. Any recent mobile device can run the game, and while I can't recommend the touchscreen controls as an ideal method to play, it gets the job done if you have a few minutes to kill. There is of course premium content in the game, such as the Arena Pass that contains an exclusive hunter and a ton of cosmetic items. I'm not thrilled that one of the hunters, especially one as cool looking as Aaron Tal, is locked behind a paywall, but I am relieved that the other 12 playable hunters in the game are unlocked simply by progressing through matchmaking. The pass also has a 60-day timer on it, making me think that maybe this is just a timed paywall, and after the season is over, this character will be available to unlock the standard way, with another new character needing the next season's Arena Pass to unlock. The upside is that there isn't any kind of edge you get by having this character. Hunters is extremely skill-based, and if you're playing terribly with a certain character or class, the 11 other free characters you can unlock offer a ton of variety in playing the game. I have over 13 hours in this game already without the Arena Pass, making this a lot more accessible to casual mobile players looking for a fun Star Wars game. This brings me to our next point, the pick up and play factor. Hunters is a competitive shooter that can be played hardcore in the ranked playlist, but the games are incredibly fast with matches hovering between 2 to 5 minutes. This is ideal for mobile. Being able to quickly pull out your phone and play a complete match is ideal if you only have like 5 minutes to kill. Comparing this to the very similar Overwatch, each game could last nearly a half hour. I bring this up because I saw a lot of feedback suggesting that the matches were too short, although they weren't taking into account how many people are going to be playing this game strictly on mobile as a time killer. If you were on the bus and locked into a 30-minute match of a competitive shooter, there's a fair chance you're either leaving mid-game or missing your stop. This reason does come down to personal preference. I appreciate when a game values the time of its players like this, especially in addition to the progression system of the game. You unlock the hunters at a really great pace, and I say this coming off the back of playing Multiverses for the last week, where it feels like every bit of progression you make through their battle pass drags so much. Hunters has a really great pace to it through all the different ways you progress, leveling up specific hunters, the battle pass, the challenges and missions. There is a lot of content for the people who want to play hardcore while having shorter matches compared to other games. The final reason I'd like to talk about is the game's incredible control options. I already briefly discussed how the touchscreen isn't the ideal way to play Hunters, but it does work. But say you wanted a physical controller while you play the game. Well, you have a few different options. The easiest is to just play on the Nintendo Switch. The game is optimized really well on the Switch for the most part. I have only played a few matches this way, and I had a mostly stable experience, but some fans are claiming that the frame rate is unstable and they are having frequent disconnection issues in matches. My buddy Protocore has put in over 10 hours on the Switch and hasn't had these issues yet, but of course there are a lot of factors that go into problems like this. When you compare this game to the mobile version, the Switch is locked at 30 frames per second, while on mobile this is the default setting. I'm playing on a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, so the game is incredibly stable running with the graphics set to Ultra at 60 FPS. You can of course also run an Android emulator if you want to play on desktop with a controller, or if you really wanted to, mouse and keyboard, but I feel like this doesn't really work at all right now. I also do have to mention that when you play the mobile version of the game, you need to navigate the menu using the touchscreen. Just a small pet peeve, I want them to allow controller accessibility for navigating these menus. So objectively speaking, the best way to play the game right now is on an up-to-date mobile device with maybe something like the Backbone or similar controller snap-in that you could use to play the game no problem. But those are the 3 main reasons I recommend you install Star Wars Hunters right now. It's a really fun game, and we are going to be covering it fully here on EcksToo, along with over on XClips. But let us know in the comments down below, are you playing Star Wars Hunters? What kind of videos would you like to see about the game in the future? Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next video.